Hi, welcome to my ham shack. This is K7KQA, James, and today I'd like to show you a short video on my new 2-meter kilowatt water-cooled amplifier based off of the BLF188XR, which is located right about there. This amplifier was built by R3KR. It was built for me. It's a great amp so far. I've had it just a couple of days, but couldn't wait to get it hooked up. Couldn't even wait for sides, actually, or a top. So we're just running roughshod just to kind of get a couple of the preliminary tests out of the way and make sure she's ticking. And it looks good. So a couple of quick things I'll go through, and then I'll key out and show you that one more time. So first thing I noticed when I got it was just the physical size of it. It's very small. You can see like a standard 746 there, Pro, and then I mean this thing is literally no bigger. It's smaller actually than your basic desktop transceiver. And the power supply for it is right here. It's just as small. It's an LTEC Flat Pack 2 HE 3000 watt amplifier or power supply. It'll run on 110. I'm running it on 240. You could run it on 110. I think this amplifier you'd be selling yourself short trying to run it on 110. So we just went ahead and put it on the 240 side, and it seems to be working swimmingly. Just to give you an idea real quick on how small this is. So I'm also coming off of a 300-pound 8877 that rolled around on casters. So this is super small for me. Look at the size of the pencil there. But just even the power supply. So like the power supply there. I'm going to bring you over here a sec. This is an HP blade. And it is an absolute, weighs about 40 pounds. There's a pencil next to it for scale. And these are great power supplies for the Larcan pallets. This one's for a 1.5 kilowatt 220 Larcan that is en route. But there's a pencil next to that one. I mean, what a difference. Shout out to NQ6L there for the QSL card, giving me some protection there before I got my case in. So I'm going to be using my standard setup here, the standard sequencer I like to use, the VHF design sequencers. They all look a little different in my shack, but I have them all down the line. It's what I enjoy running, and it is what triggers and keys all my relaying and sequencing. IC 746. We're going to key everything with WSJT, and you can see just how dirty that power supply is. Excuse me, sorry. This is difficult to do with one hand, but you know, you can see the spike ups there and the noise. It's just awful. You get real close, you see a line through here too. That'll all get cleaned up eventually when we pick all this up and wrap it up in ferrite and take care of it and clean it up and get it all nice and purty. So we'll do a key up in the normal fashion that I'd probably be using this amplifier. So we'll go from there. We're going to go through my magic boxes that I've got set up here for my keying and switching into the radio. Radio provides 100 watts out, close to that on 2 meters. This is a 25 watt input amplifier for 1000 watts out. So to kind of idiot proof it for myself while I'm learning on it, I put this Decibel Products 100 dB 100 watt 3 dB attenuator in line bidirectional. We're going to follow that up with the standard Bird 4304 on the 150 watt scale. Keep an eye on input power into the amplifier, and then we're going to come out to another bird, standard 43 with the 1000C slug. Runs up to a kilowatt at 2 meters. Pretty standard stuff. We're going to run that into this bird 8401 load back here. So that's the chain. I'm trying to think of anything else I should let you know. The amplifier runs on 53.6 volts, and the current draw, I don't have it off the top of my head. I think it's somewhere about maybe 35 or 40 amps. And this has got way more than enough headroom for that. And this wasn't that expensive. This was pretty cheap. So I'm pretty happy with just the power supply. It's pretty cool, especially next to the HP blades and how big and herky those things are. Oh, everything is controlled. I'll show you this through a DB9, or excuse me, a DB25. I thought that was a little interesting. DB25, a little different. That's okay. Got onto Amazon and I found this really neat little breakout panel. Most of you guys probably seen these before. I hadn't. And it's just a female breakout panel. Makes it easy to start playing with stuff. So that's what we got on there now, and that provides the input for the external, or for the auxiliary 13.8 volts, and also for the key line. Now the 13.8 volts runs all the small electronics in here, runs the screen, runs the water pump, the circulator pump, the light panel, the LEDs, those sorts of things. So important, but it gets the main juice off of this guy here, 53.6 volts. So let's go ahead and key it up, and I'll give you a bird reading there, and we'll look at the screen, and then we'll call this video a done deal. It's kind of carrying on here. So let's I'm gonna go ahead and do an enable. So we're keyed up there, tuned up, got my radio settings the way I want them, and we'll just wait just a brief moment here. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's very quiet too, this amp. You can see that there. We can verify that. Up here, running a little bit low. Of course, we can take care of that pretty easily. There you go. You got your bird 1000 watt there scale. So that's pretty much it. Maybe we'll let it cycle one more time, and it kind of spools down. You know, if you caught the tail end of that there, and it just pegged the needle right up. Actually, I'm going to halt, and then I'll rekey that, and you guys can see how it just pegs it right up. And again, very quiet. Doesn't hardly make any noise at all. Power supply is about silent, so is the amp. And when I'm running 6 meters or even that 8877, well, you could tell 3 houses over. So I'm pretty happy with this. So thank you for watching, and I'm sorry that the video quality is so shaky and terrible. But I did want to get something out. I had some guys asking me about it and stuff, and it's kind of broad brush strokes was all this is. But anyway, time to go play on 6 meter meteor scatter. So we're gonna shut this one down for now. Hopefully before too long we'll have some sides to go on it, and a front panel, and all that good stuff, and deal with the noise suppression. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of this video. And again, if you're looking for something like this, and you don't want to spend all of your kids' tuition, you can buy something like this from Eastern Europe, that area of the world, and save yourself a couple bucks in finaling out the fit and finish on it. So anyway, that's all I got for you. This is K7KQA James in a little dirty corner of my shack, but happy with this water-cooled BLF188XR amplifier for 2 meters. Thanks for watching. 7-3.